Welcome back to Tommy's Tune-Ups. Sorry for the hiatus, I was working on night shift, but when I was working, our exhaust manifold came in. So the Y pipe fits on there beautifully. It's the right piece, it's exactly what we needed. Traveled all the way from Newfoundland and made it here to me in Northern Ontario, so that's pretty awesome. I don't have any gaskets, so I'm gonna make some gaskets. I got one from the old Y pipe that was on there, and it's actually the right size. So I got some gasket paper. I'm going to show you how to cut some gaskets out on a Cricut vinyl or decal cutter. So first thing you want to do is you want to find a picture online or get a picture of what you're trying to make, so that way you can scale your image on the cutter up to it. So if you look here, it shows that we have 51 millimeters between centers on the exhaust studs. So we're going to use that number 51 mil as our scaling factor. So here's the gaskets all loaded up into the makerspace. So what I did is I found a picture of a gasket kit online, and then I cropped out the flange piece that I need here, or the manifold gasket, and then I scaled it and sized it appropriately and then duplicated it. So what we're going to do is we're going to load this knife style cutter into the Cricut, and hopefully we're going to cut two nice little gaskets out of this piece. So I'm using the strong grip sticky mat here. I got the gasket material stuck to that. So it's loaded up. We only need a small piece, right? So it shows there's scales here, and those match the scales that are on the computer. So hopefully everything should all work out. Cutting everything out now. Sarah said the knife's gonna go over this 6 times or so. So I think it just starts incrementally, and then it cuts a little bit deeper each time. You can see they're really starting to take shape now. I took a quick measurement there and compared it to the other existing gasket that I had, and these are perfect. So I'm just letting it go over it a couple more times, make sure it's cut all the way through. And then once that's done, we'll pull this out of here. So I peeled these off of the sticky mat and cleaned them up a little bit with an X-Acto blade, and they turned out perfect. So this is the original one that we were trying to duplicate. These are the ones we just made. Look at that. Couldn't ask for better. Just figured I'd show another quick shot of what these look like on there. So I could have cut these out by hand, like I said before, but using the Cricut to do this just made it so easy, and you know they're gonna fit, right? They're pretty delicate too, like they're not very wide at the edges, and the holes are pretty fine. But I'm really happy with this, so hopefully it's gonna help seal things up and the sled will run a bit better. Look at that, absolute thing of beauty. So I figured I'd show you before I put the engine cover back on, but everything's all tightened up, good to go. Hopefully I don't have to take this off again. Like I said, I've got a piece of flex pipe, 2-inch flex pipe coming, so I can reuse that old muffler. I'm gonna weld some new mounts to the frame, but we'll save that for tomorrow's episode once we get the flex pipe in the mail.